this going.
This is going to be stupid. Okay.
Oh no, it's not. It's gonna be perfect. I gotta
Roll
get
me
the.
in.
I gotta
Shit.
get it set up, man.
Oh fuck.
Push
You
the
know how it
button.
is.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Control Alt Delete.
Every time I go to play something, it's fucked up. So
You're probably still on Windows 95.
no, I've got X. Well, I don't even know what it is.
XP, you idiot. Jesus.
Hang on.
Well, fuck, you're going to have to cut this beginning. That is no roll in.
Well, of course I always cut. Well, actually, previously it was just let it go, man. But oh fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I just did? I opened up my fucking movie editor. Oh yeah.
Here we go. Oh boy, that computer's going to go way down here.
No, I did it earlier and I just got to close it up. Hang on a second. It's got to open so I can close it. I hate my life.
It's a nice little haircut, Randy. You got a nice little cut.
Thank you. Yeah. I went in. I said, make me look like Madonna.
Well, you definitely got the cheeks for it.
Motherfucker.
Okay, no, stop it.
She looks
What
crazy.
is going on with her too? And she
Oh
gets
my
pissed off because someone said something.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
like they took other skin from her legs and put it on her cheek. I don't understand it.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Well, who's ever happy with botched plastic surgery?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she went to the wrong one.
Well, she just keeps going. She keeps doing it.
But
Trying to
think
fix it.
about it, how sexy she was back in the day. You know,
Oh,
I'm talking
yeah.
about that video where she's just walking around the house with her titties out and shit. And
then
age
Dennis
is-
Rodman blew it all out.
No, it just age is a motherfucker, dude. It sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think a lot of women can carry it off if they don't get worried about how they look
Yeah.
and just let it go. So when they're like trying to fix everything and then they just keep trying to fix it, trying to fix it, trying to fix it. And
But to be the sex symbol and put on a level and pedestal that she was, and then to have to just watch yourself fucking die. You're fucking dying. That's it.
Yeah.
And it's you can't stop it. Not even her. She
Yeah.
has fucking
All the
God
money.
money. She's
Yeah.
got fucking God money. So you know.
And
shit
that's the
is-
best they could do. She went to somebody who was like, I have all
Yeah.
the money in the world.
Yeah.
Mm.
And they
What
still
can you do?
fuck-
I
Yeah.
can make you look like an elephant.
Shit.
all right, Josh, let's do this. I got your
All
music
right,
going.
all right.
Let's do it. Then just bring it in. It's the practice shed. Bring it on in, and let's get it going.
All right, here we go. All right, here we go.
Oh shit!
Oh, you idiot.
What the fuck, man?
This
This
is
is the worst intro ever.
my God.
Or the best, right? Either way.
Yeah, what is
I had it all queued up. I had the cameras going the right way and everything.
Here we go.
Fuck. Hang
yeah,
on.
just
Here we go.
Here it is one more time. And professional audio thing is coming on. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
everybody, this is the Practice Shed, and we're here with Mark Harp. I'm Josh Palmer. That's Frank,
Yeah.
and that's Randy Wotan.
Yeah.
And
baby.
this is the Practice Shed.
Here we are. That was
Is
the
that
Mandolin
that
Rain.
fucking
Mandolin
Hornsby?
Rain. Bruce Hornsby. Back at you.
How does that happen that we talk about that shit and I get up the next morning and it's in my news feed?
Somebody said they heard it on the radio, so I think we did something. I think we brought it back into the.
Mark, are you a Bruce Hornsby fan?
I don't know who we're talking about.
It was that song. If you've ever heard that music before, that's Bruce Hornsby. The Mandolin Rain, it's called. Josh hates it, and it's
Yeah.
kind of our theme. It's kind of our theme.
What's the other song he sings? What's the other that Tupac had that did a couple verses on? And
He did. They worked together. The way it is.
it's just the way it is. Yeah, some things will never change. Yeah, all I can think is that song is my dad sitting at the kitchen table, staring out at out at the field drunk as fuck, and you would see him mouth those words. He never sang. Nothing ever came out. He just liked to. And that's how I remember that song. Thank you.
Here he is.
Yeah, you know this song, Mark Harp. It's terrible. Goofy. It actually is pretty good. It's got some feels.
Yeah. But we
Now,
can't
Randy,
play
let me
any
tell
more
you
of
about my verse right here. All these motherfuckers talking all that shit. All the.
it. Shit.
Oh my
It was
god.
a hard life, not life.
So, anyways,
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
get
allowed
to
to say
it.
that.
we've got the regular crew here, the regular boys, the old town crew.
That's right.
And then we got Mark Harp, our friend, longtime friend, sound engineer,
Super long.
Split Wig Entertainment. How you been, Mark? It's been a while since I talked to you.
I'm nursing a broken pelvis.
You seem to
Damn.
have all kinds of things going wrong with you here and there, like your toe and shit. You're always posting things. What is going on, Mark?
My giant fat ass walked up a ladder that didn't appreciate it, and it broke.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
Like
Yeah, 'cause-
16 feet down on the asphalt.
Oh man.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah, this dude is if you've never met him in person, he's a real life giant. Like you can tell this dude's skeleton is just fucking, it's bigger than yours. Period. How
It's
tall
funny-
are you, Mark?
I'm down to 6'6".
Oh, why? Because what did you lose? What do you mean? You did the Hulk Hogan thing? Too many leg drops? Too many leg
Yeah,
He
drops.
fell off a ladder. Now he's shorter.
Right.
Holy
Probably.
shit. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
But yeah, that sucks, man. Wow. So you're off
Right.
work for a little bit then.
Damn.
If they don't have to operate, I'll be on crutches for about 2 more months.
What were you
but-
doing? Roofing or what?
I was helping put a piece of gutter on a building, and the ladder broke. And,
Son, you're too big to be doing that. Damn.
yeah, but I
God.
bounced. If that makes you feel any better about it, I bounced off my ass and landed on my face.
Oh my
God, dude. Oh, shit. Any video by chance?
No,
hopefully
I
not.
asked, and there was no security footage anywhere.
Oh shit! Did you? Yeah, that's the first thing I asked for. Yeah, is there any cameras around this motherfucker? At least
Right.
make a funny out of it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I had a box of black velvet. The whiskey glass bottles, 12 of them, smack me in the head.
Oh,
One time,
shit.
a whole thing fell, smacked me right in the head. It knocked me fucking loopy for a bit, but there was a
Holy
camera
shit.
back there. Unfortunately, the motherfucker wasn't working that day or whatever. I don't know. Works every
Did
other
it-
fucking day.
Did it feel like
Right.
when I knocked you out in Boy Scouts?
No, it felt like when Jared knocked me out.
Oh, shit.
When we boxed.
I remember that. Oh
Yeah.
shit!
If you ever want to learn that you don't like to box somebody. Just try it out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you'll learn real quick.
Yeah.
I said that years ago. It takes a special breed of person to wake up in the morning and be like, I want to get punched in the face 14 or 15 times.
Yeah. It fucking hurts.
It's like, what the fuck's wrong with the person?
The thing I don't understand about it is how you do it and remain like cool with the other person. Because I was
Yeah.
boxing Jared and I was like, you know what? Fuck you, man. Like I
Yeah,
know.
I don't fucking need this, dude.
fucking
Fuck you.
alcohol.
Yeah.
Professional fighters are sober.
Yeah.
It's when you get in there and you're drunk and you're not thinking about it, and then it's all
Yeah.
emotional. Those guys
I
are
don't
just
know. I don't think I was drinking that day. It was middle of the day. But the thing was, I couldn't hit him. I'm big and dumb and I'm swinging like this,
Yeah.
trying to just put all my weight into it. I was trying to knock him out probably. And he just kept beep, beep, beep right in the fucking face and right in the nose.
A
And I'm
couple
like,
good
"God
old
damn, dude."
jabs.
A little-
Yeah.
You don't take into consideration getting hit 5-6 times right in the nose with just a little, 5-6 inch
Keep
punch.
your hands up, Frank. Keep your hands up.
That's right. Damn.
I
Look
don't
at
know
those
how to
forearms,
box,
son.
Randy. I would love to see you, dude.
I box. You want to
Dude.
box? I'll box you.
9 a.m.
with
No
your
way.
face.
9 a.m. Stay Fit Gym in Marion. I'll see you there, baby.
Well,
I'll
you've
be
been
there.
doing some. What
I'll be
is
there.
it? Jujitsu?
No, it started out with boxing, but the main trainer dude at Stay Fit Gym, he's been in Taekwondo and all this shit for fucking 15 years or so. So he trains all of it here and there, but it's light. Listen, but there is a kid. His name's Christian. He does have a fight March 11th in Fostoria. That the kid's he's good. So I mean, but they're younger, 20, 23 or whatever. But I just use it for cardio, and it gets boring. It gets boring, and I think too much on a treadmill. I get on a
You
treadmill
don't
and I'm
listen
just
to any podcasts?
I do, but I'm still fucking my mind's rolling and I'm thinking about the other day. Now, when I'm doing cardio and the boxing and shit, I'm still learning how to handle myself and things like that. But I'm also paying attention to the guy so I don't get hit 15 times in the face.
Oh, yeah.
So I can't think about what's going on later in the day and this and that and my problems and I'm depressed and blah blah blah. Poor me, who gives a fuck? I'm thinking about everything and trying to get my legs to move right and my arms to move how they want to. So it's another way to
Man.
do cardio and have fun, right, Randy?
Right. You're doing a lot better than the last time Mark ran into you, right? That was
Oh my God, Mark, I haven't actually talked to you since that night. And and I'll tell you what the fuck date. That's March 27th, 2018, Randy. I know that night. Mark, that was a serious fucking night for me. And yeah, that March 27th, 2018, that was the last time I touched heroin. And I'd been fucking around for the 4 or 5 years before that. Just fell into a deep fucking hole of shit. And got with this chick, and man, she had a dark ass world. Nothing I knew about it because Randy, our friends, we didn't know anything like that. We didn't fuck with that.
No.
How did it happen? How did the first time you ever did it? What was the
It was me spending my money. I was with her for 7 months and never touched it. I just knew she was just this super fun, sexy all the time, wanted to fuck, have a good time, super, everything, make you feel like $100. And then some days it would shoot, or she would just be laying there. And I know Mark's had, not himself, but you've been around people who have completely thrown their lives to addiction and ruined everything. For sure.
Dude, you know what? Let's be 100% honest. Unless you live an extremely secluded life, I don't think at this day and age anybody has went without at least somebody in their life being touched by that shit. I mean, whether it's you or a cousin or somebody you went to school with, or
my uncle overdosed and passed away. I mean,
shit, yeah, it's crazy shit. But I got to a point where I was spending all my money to make this girl happy, and I'd done pills in the past. People don't get this mixed up. That Percocet, OxyContin, all those problems that they had, that's fucking heroin. It's opiates. Heroin's a way more high level fucking crazy ass shit. But you take enough Percocets and enough OxyContin, it's the same feeling. And the OxyContin was dropping people like flies. I don't know if you've seen that Dope Sick on Hulu with Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
That was a good ass. Very good.
Dude, I remember them oxys were new, man. You're right.
Oh,
People were they'd snort 2 and they'd eat 1, and then you'd read about them in the paper 2 days later.
That was
they
it.
died. That's like,
and they'd always said they were like, "Oh, these aren't addictive." Remember when they first came out? They're like, "These aren't addictive. This is the new thing. You can take this and be fine." And then,
right?
Yeah, then
the best thing ever.
Right.
And you can make a argument that led to a lot of this heroin fucking epidemic that followed it after they.
The thing I don't understand is how the pills get filtered out in such numbers, because like it must be just doctors writing fake scripts or what is some fake scripts. Is that what it is?
Basically, at one time you could get them for if you hurt your finger.
Yeah, they were doing anything, and then they had those pain clinics popping up here and there,
all over.
They were just writing them.
And then they would. What happened was then people found out about it, right? Mm-hmm. Like the government started to come after them. They pulled them all back. They started arresting people, taking doctors' licenses away and things. So now you can't get it right anymore, and people are like still addicted. So where do they go next?
Heroin.
I think
Yeah, that's the
A
next
lot of the
progression.
supply, this is what's happened at the pharmacy I work at 2 times since I've worked there. They like scout out the pharmacy, right? These dudes, they send in, and I don't want to sound like it's going to sound racist, but we
You
live in a
fucking
we live in an all white town.
cancel.
We live in just listen to me, motherfucker. It makes sense.
A
We
lot
live
of
in
Mexicans.
but yeah, these aren't Mexican people. There's like a handful of black folks in this town, and you know them. You know who they are. You when you work in a store, you know who you're
Mendenhalls.
dealing with.
Oh.
So so when someone new comes in, you notice it, even if it's a white person. I mean, you know your customers, you know what's going on. But when they come in, they kind of stake out the store a little bit. They walk around, they maybe buy something, but you see them later on in the week. Then they'll send in a girl with a fake script back to the pharmacy, and it's for like a whole ass bottle of, usually it's not pain pills anymore, it's lean. They want to make lean, so they want that codeine syrup.
Yeah.
So, but it's like for the whole goddamn bottle, like the amount that they would fill the bottles with. So, like it flags shit with the pharmacist, and then they call the cops, and then they come and arrest the girl. But it's never the guy that probably brought the girl there.
No.
So, and we've had people just come in and straight up rob the pharmacy for pain pills, like just point a gun or say they have a gun, because that's all it really takes, and then they just run out the back, and they're from really far away, so they get away with it.
Yeah, they'll have the pharmacies here in Marion. They have they have dudes that sit there that are I'm sure they're strapped.
Well, the Rite Aid in Marion, I think it was Marion, one of them over in that area, their back door was torn off by like a truck.
Yeah, they
like 2 times. They fixed it, and then they did it again and robbed their pharmacy of drugs. So I guess that's how they get the shit. But let's go back to you. You got hooked.
But anyways,
you got hooked on it.
I got to a point where I'm broke as fuck. I ain't even got money for weed or anything. This bitch's over here fucking. Oh my God. I got to tell a quick story one time. This stupid bitch, we were driving one time, and you know how girls put the makeup on when they do, what is it? Like foundation to make their face look smooth or whatever. They'll do a couple like little marks
like
right
contouring
here.
and stuff like that.
Yeah. Kind of couple. Well, I'm driving on the car. I look over to the right, and she's putting makeup on with the visor down. She puts the makeup on, but then she nods out.
Wow.
And then nods out and comes to, and then just like smokes a cigarette and doesn't look at herself. She looks like Geronimo. She looks like Geronimo, and I'm sitting there laughing, and she's like, "What the fuck are you laughing at?" I go, "Look in the mirror." And she's like, "Oh shit, no, that's how bad I go there." But anyways, so I'm fucking broke and nothing. I'm looking at this bitch, so I'm like, whatever, fuck it, let's do this. And so one led thing and another, and then I got the needle, man, and it was something.
Once you get the juice, you get juice. But then
it was a hell of a rush. But it didn't take me more than a week of doing that straight, dude. It's over after that. And before the needle, it was, she would take a syringe and shoot it up my nose and shit like that. So it's a progression thing. But it just kept building and building, and being around it like that all the time, you're bound to get a fucking haircut, right, Randy?
Right.
Yeah.
You're messing around in the barbershop, you're gonna get that haircut. Clearly, look at you.
So you got hooked on that shit, and then at the end of the rope, you end up at Mark's house. What happened that day?
Now, this is God. Fast forward 4 years, I've bounced here and there, stayed in Columbus, but then we eventually wound up on, like, I don't want to say where Mark Harp lives, but it was around where Mark had lived, and Got it. I just got to the end of the rope, dude. They were cutting my fucking electricity off. I didn't have water for days. The shit was piled up in the toilet. I just kept making a shit pile. It just kept piling up. The shit was
Did
coming
you have
up
to
the top
pack
of
it
the-
down or something?
Yeah, no. Once it started piling towards where I would touch my asshole, I just got a bucket and started shitting in that.
Oh man.
I mean, I had a lot of piss bottles everywhere, and it was wild. Which will lead
Wow.
to a quick thing after this. But yeah, it just got to the point where it was just over. It was fucking over. I was at my bottom, whatever it is. No, I got to a point where I was going to have to rob. I was going to have to commit a crime, which is what people fucking do, and that's why they're going to wind up in the fucking prison and shit.
Mm.
So yeah, I had no internet, so my phone was fucking dead. I had it set up where this guy from Derek Collins and Heather Collins were kind of messaging me back and forth. Derek knew a guy,
Derek Collins or Derek Dunson?
Derek Collins.
Oh,
Derek
okay.
Collins.
Okay.
And because Heather was messaging me back and forth, and she was talking to my mom and bullshit, trying to get me to go get clean. Derek knew a guy, Todd Henson, knew a guy from playing music down there in Columbus. He was in the sober community and did all that shit. We had been conversing back and forth, and he was like, "Look, dude, I will come fucking to Kenton. I will pick you up. I will bring you to Columbus." He lived in Columbus.
Mm.
He worked at this place called House of Hope. And he's like, "I'll come to Kenton. I'll pick you up. I'll bring you to Columbus and throw you into and throw you to detox, and then we'll talk after that."
Mm.
And that was like on a kind of a standby kind of thing.
Mm.
So I had no internet. I had no way out. I went down. I knew I was like, I'll go down to Mark Harp and use his fucking internet. All I need to do is call my mom, tell her, call Heather, call this dude, set it up. I'm ready to go. I'll do it. Oh shit. And so yeah, I walked down to Mark Harp's, shitty fucking night. I don't know, it was like rainy and shitty or whatever. And I get on his porch. I think it was his wife probably that answered, and then he came to the door, strapped with a fucking Glock. Holy shit!
You were asking for it, honestly.
Listen, it wasn't the greatest neighborhood. Not that it was a bad neighborhood, but still, nobody needs to be coming up on your porch like that. And I felt bad.
Anything after 10 o'clock unannounced.
Yeah. Yeah, and I felt terrible because you know me, I'll have no ill will, even in my deepest fucking my deepest addiction. I'm never ripping fucking people off and busting into houses or anything like that. So I know it looked like that, but hell no. I just wanted the internet.
But
I really
in all fairness, that is some evil shit.
Yeah, it's terrible,
it takes
dude.
people's souls, dude. It makes you do horrible things to your families. It makes you do horrible things to yourself. It makes you do horrible things to your friends.
Terrible.
That's the only that shit is evil. It fucking it. But heaven, hell, believe it or not, man, that shit eats your soul. It takes away who people are.
Yeah.
It really does, because you get to a point where, man, you just wake up and there was mornings I woke up and I was just like, how the fuck am I going to get out of this? I felt terrible. I felt so horrible physically until I got the shit in my veins, and then it just instantly went away. It's like having the worst fucking flu ever, and then just having this remedy that you could just do in a split second and everything is fine again right away. It is the fucking evil. He's right. And it's all you can think about, man. It takes over your fucking brain. It gives you that squirrel brain where you just want to get the nut, and you feel like you're going to die if you don't, which you're not, but it's, I didn't like it, Frank.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're not doing it anymore. You know?
Yeah. After that night, so Mark let me, well, he let me use his phone. I asked for the password, which, I might have got a little cracked.
Let me get that Wi-Fi.
Get that Wi-Fi, Mark. Then he knew. He's like, I ain't having this motherfucking junkie sitting on my porch all night.
Always in his yard.
Yeah, so that was a smart move. Thanks, sir. So yeah, he let me, or I told him to dial a few numbers, and I think I dialed my mom, and oh boy, when she answered that phone, It ain't nothing like mom answers now. Mom's back to happy, like, oh, my baby boy, what's up? When I think I called her that night, she was like, what do you want?
Oh, man.
Because she had fucking had it by then. She knew when I called her, they want nothing good. I was like,
I
I don't
think
want nothing. I was like, I
I
don't want
talked to her a
nothing.
couple times during that period.
Yeah. Because you're from well, yeah, you're from Kenton, where she's from Kenton.
Yeah.
And she
Yeah, it was
goes to
her
Rite Aid.
and you know, well, everybody's asking about it. I was like, I don't know what he's doing. I think he's doing
It's
heroin. That's
terrible,
all I
dude.
know.
Dirty old heroin.
He looks at some people go, he looked good. He looked like he lost some weight.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, he's dying, you know? He's
Yeah,
dying.
exactly. Which I'm glad, because at the time that was a really terrible thing that was fucking with my brain, because I wasn't being nutritious at all. I just wasn't eating. I was doing drugs. But I was looking a lot better, and actually I was feeling better, and that's because I was fasting more and not eating fucking 100 large pizzas. And it was weird because I didn't understand why I kind of felt so great. I know I was on heroin and I didn't feel any pain, but I kind of felt good. So I've got that back from changing my diet, but in the nutritious way, Randy. I don't do heroin in the morning.
I'd like
have
to
a-
see you do
I have
some of
about
those
3
old,
eggs.
some of that old training that you used to do when we were in high school, and we'd go to your house and you'd
Do it
drive to your
for?
house, you'd park your car and then just run to the woods.
Yeah.
All the way to the woods.
Yeah. Well, that's stupid cardio now, but yeah, I am about ready. I'll do some video stuff. I think maybe share it on here,
There you go.
Frankie. Yeah.
I like that.
So,
Show people how to
how
work
you
out.
do, Randy? Real quick on your update. How we
Health
doing?
update.
I'm doing good. Like I said, I went to the doctor recently, and I've lost 10 pounds since the last time I was there. I changed my diet like you suggested, so I'm just eating a lot of protein. I'm about, I think, around 220 right now grams
Beautiful.
of protein.
Yep.
I work out in the mornings. Then on my lunch breaks, I take a cardio break like you're talking about, and
Yeah.
I do a couple of laps around my building, and then
Beautiful.
down the block and back. And then, I do at nighttime, I do a few sit-ups before I go to bed. So
Dude, that's
I'm
gonna
hoping-
yeah. What are you doing liquid wise? Just water? Or are we hitting some?
I do water and then Gatorade Zero. I drink a Gatorade Zero when I'm eating dinner, and then I drink
Perfect.
water all day.
All right.
And then those powdered shake things that you're talking about,
Yeah.
I do that as a snack, like here and
Yeah.
there.
You
I'm
can
like,
make
"Oh."
them very snackish, like a
Yeah.
nice shake. How do
So-
you make like a shake
I make a shake, with
Yeah.
almond milk.
and
So,
some ice and shit?
a little bit of ice. Yep.
Cool.
And
All right. Cool. Yeah.
just constantly shake it up, and I drink that at night, like when I would have like a cupcake or something before, I would just drink one of those. I know
Nice
it's
little
fun.
cupcake.
You know.
I like to
consistent.
picture one cupcake on a plate.
Just a bunch of
Yeah.
guys getting old and fat and unhealthy.
Yeah.
My
Just
wife,
take-
my wife asked, she's like, "Is everybody on a diet together?" I said, "No."
Oh, I'm
it's
not.
like
No.
old
I'm drinking a
guys.
full blown soda.
Yeah.
here.
Holy shit. I'm
Dude,
drinking a little Diet Coke with some Jim Beam. No, I'm not. Just some
Yeah.
Diet Coke.
Dude,
I-
I quit drinking pop last year. I've dropped like
Oh, yeah.
45 pounds.
Yeah, it's pretty
Oh,
easy
yeah.
with pop. Yeah.
I
Just-
made the decision to cut out other stuff because I liked soda. So I think
That's
I've lost a little bit of weight, but
Yeah. That's fine.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's always good to be conscious of that, especially when you get older, man. It's going to get worse in the end. I mean, I don't
Right.
want to I don't want my fucking feet or anything chopped off or anything
Yeah.
like that, dude.
I move around enough at work and stuff and doing stuff around here.
Yeah, you stay
Um,
active at work and have your diet somewhat keyed. You don't have to be perfect. Just
I tried to I think I'm stronger than I am sometimes. And I tried to get a fucking chair out of my truck, like one of those lift chairs,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, which are heavy. This is a lighter one though. It's a smaller one.
Mm.
And I went and grabbed it. And I carried it for like 10 feet. And I was like, oh, nope, not worth it. I'm 40 now. And I put it down and I was like, all right.
Sucks
So-
being 40.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
41, dude. I'm going to 42.
I'm
How
just
old are
turned
you,
40.
Mark? 40? Are you just straight 40 right now?
44.
44. Oh, you're a little older you're a year older than most of our group, or a couple years.
I just
I
turned
don't know.
42.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So this was your 40?
42.
Wow, you look the oldest. How does that work? That's crazy.
Well, I'll tell you what makes him seem older is some of his Facebook posts.
I love you.
I
Yeah,
want to tell
yeah.
you what he was so excited about the State
What
of
was
the
he
Union.
excited about? The State of the Union. I seen that post. I
He
was
said-
like, "Oh Jesus Christ!" Yeah.
He said,
Actually, go ahead, Frank. Sorry,
he
buddy.
said, "State of the Union, let's do this." And I was like,
"Oh my
"What
god!"
the fuck?"
Yeah,
I was wondering if he's excited that they're starting to stock black jelly beans for Easter already.
yeah.
You excited?
Yeah, absolutely.
He
Those
likes
are the
those black
best.
biscuits.
Maybe Brill Cream's coming back. I don't know.
I seen a few clips off of that State of the Union. I ain't gonna lie, it was
That
pretty
was
fucking
fun.
hilarious.
It
What
was
the
a ruckus,
fuck was
dude. It was-
going on?
Why? How does Marjorie Taylor Greene have a job as a person in our government? It doesn't even make sense.
Her
just
constituents voted for her, man. That's how it works.
It just looked like a room full of chimpanzees throwing shit.
Yeah.
for
It was
real.
funny. I was laughing through 90% of it.
So
It
are
was
you?
pretty much-
So, like I said, I got no stake in any fucking side. So are you still behind Mr. Joe 100%?
Yeah, not 100%. I just want people to be rational. That seems to be
Yeah.
like a pretty easy
I'm
thing
still
to do.
happy it's not Trump.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I just want my money to go back to doing good.
Yeah,
I don't care
me too.
who's in there.
I'm tired of paying so much fucking money for groceries. I don't care
Yeah.
who it is at this point.
mhm.
Yeah,
Just somebody fucking fix it. Whatever it is, whatever the problem is, if it's corporate greed, write some fucking laws against corporate greed. Whatever it is.
yeah. I
you
don't.
know? That's
make
your
it up.
fucking jobs, you fucking let me talk directly to them. You
Do it.
fucking
They watch the show, Randy.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
millionaires, Mm.
Senate, yeah, Senate
millionaires, doctors.
Yeah.
I know Paul Pelosi watches this show for a fact.
Well, he watches. He probably just watches a lot of stuff, just staring at his wall or whatever. And got hit in the head with a
shit.
hammer.
Yeah, he got hit in the head with the hammer, and it led him to this show.
Yeah.
This is good. I like these guys.
Jesus.
So-
But anyways, real back to the night that my story's so fucking doubled up. But real quick, so the next morning, so that happened with Mark, and I went back and tried to scrounge up any last heroin I could find. And the next morning, Fish and Heather show up.
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking it's this dude, but it's Fish and Heather, and they show up and basically take all my like audio recording gear, all the very important shit, and they loaded it up in their van. And that dude fucking they took the most important. First of all, Heather went to go before she left. She's like, "Can I use the bathroom?" And I was like,
No.
"No, honey, do not open that door." I don't know what she thought, but I had piss jugs on the fucking counter and everything. It was a fucking mess. And yeah, like it looked
You
terrible.
should have used the piss jugs to flush the toilet.
Oh, that's a good point.
Holy shit. Yeah, I was using this. I went over across the street and got this water out of the fucking side of the house, and that's the water I used to shoot up with. I looked at the bottom of this jug, and it was just, it had so much dirt in it. I don't know what
Jesus,
the
man.
fuck.
Yeah.
So much dirt and rust. I was
Vitamins.
yeah, it's from the earth. I
It's
am
definitely probably better than the heroin part.
that. So they loaded up my most important shit, which I still have today. The only shit I lost a lot of shit, Frank. I lost my Michael Jordan cards.
Man,
I lost some of my 11x17 movie posters signed by some fucking.
you
Well,
left
you
them
fucking
behind,
lost
or,
them?
or you sold them.
No, I had left them behind. They had no more room in their van. I had to take the most important shit. I had to choose.
Well, the people that own the building probably deserve that stuff for cleaning up
Yeah.
your toilet.
Because I tell you what. No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not going to commit a crime, or I'm not going to. I'm not going to admit to a crime on here. Never mind.
Yeah.
Forget
I
it.
wouldn't worry about it. Yeah.
Mark's like, good idea, sir. So this guy came like an hour later. This Todd Henson came like he said he would, picked me the fuck up and drove me all the way to fucking Columbus. Took me to Mary Haven. I walked in and said, I'm homeless and I'm a drug addict and I need help. And they said, Yes, you are. Come in. I mean, there was no questions asked. I must have looked terrible. I know I walked in there and I weighed 187 pounds. That's the lowest I've ever weighed.
Jesus.
Dude,
I had to
43
be-
pounds of that was your hair.
Yeah. I was
Right.
dreadlocked out. Like man,
No shit.
these people were just That was I think that added to the homeless. They were like, "Oh yes, he is. Come on in." There
Look
was
what he
no
did to his
questions.
hair.
So I went in there and fucking. They sat me in a room. I sat there for 10 hours and started withdrawing, and then they started giving me Suboxone. So Suboxone is a medicine they give for people to. Some people take it for fucking years, which you're not supposed to do it.
And then they claim that they're sober, and
yes, you're supposed to go into detox. They waited till I started withdrawal. They gave me Suboxone. Definitely fucking help. And then they start tapering you off. I was in there for 21 days, Randy. 21 fucking days.
It was a
And
long
then after
time.
that, I went to some rehab, and I went there for like almost 4 months, and then I went to a sober living for a year, and then moved out on my own.
were you collecting those little tags or whatever, those little keychains?
I did for a while. The whole meeting thing, I did do the meetings for a while, and they were cool, but they're just saying the same fucking shit. Like, one dude would say, he's like, you know what? I come to realize you can't hang out with other people who do drugs. Well, Jesus Christ, Chad. Thank you. Holy shit, everybody. Give him a fucking coin. Thank you. I mean, what the fuck? And after hearing things like that 4, 5, 1,500 fucking times, like, and it's a cool kind of club thing for some people too, and that's cool too, but
they're big religious push in there too.
Yeah, that too. The higher power thing. I never quite got that, but whatever. Your higher power can be anything, so whatever.
Yeah.
It was just my higher power was to not upset my mom anymore. There's a higher power.
Speaking of upsetting moms, I upset someone's mom. I'm not gonna say whose mom.
Whoa.
But it's somebody's mom. And this is what happened. I want to run it by you guys. My mom is a very religious lady, right?
Oh God.
So like
we've got some
everything is a push for me to become a Christian. And it's annoying. It's annoying as fuck. Okay. Because even when I was a child and I was dragged to Sunday school, I was like, this doesn't make any fucking sense to me. None of this does. It doesn't make sense. This isn't the world I live in. So I try to respect everybody's differences, everyone's beliefs, whatever. But I don't get that from that end, right? So all I had said the last time I talked to her in person was, I recently found out that the word that they use in the Bible to like the whole gay thing, that was turned to gay from pedophile. It used to be pedophile in early versions of the Bible.
Hi, I'm Mary Lambert. I'm part of the LGBTQ community, and I'm also part of the Christian community. We made so much progress in this country, but we're still fighting for love, inclusion, and equality in our homes and our churches. In many Christian churches, we're still being told that being gay is a sin and that we're unworthy of God's love. So I couldn't be more passionate about this life-changing project that's seeking to set the record straight. The first time that the word homosexual entered the Bible was 1946, when the RSV translation team erroneously combined two independent words, and it resulted in a historical and current condemnation of a group of people. Two consenting adults that love each other is not a sin, but many Christians still believe that.
Neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor homosexuals shall inherit the kingdom of God.
I went into this research wanting the answer no matter what it revealed. If God said, you are such a horrible abomination that I needed to rid this planet of myself, I was willing to do that because I love God that much. But when I dug in, that's not what I found.
We didn't know what we were going to find when we dug into the RSV notes.
It was a letter written by a 21-year-old seminary student to the translation team saying, hey, I think you chose the wrong word when you put the word homosexual in here.
says, I write this after many months of serious thought and hard work to point out that which to me is a serious weakness in translation. Misinformed and misguided people may use the RSV translation of 1 Corinthians 6, 9, and 10 as a sacred weapon. He wrote the letter as David S.
We found him and he's still alive?
So I wrote a letter, and to my amazement, I got a reply back about 3 weeks later. I received your letter, and there may be something to what you say.
The domino had already fallen, and that word followed through to all the other mainline translations that we have today. I started weeping because I was thinking about all the damage that had been done over the last 60 years.
The lifestyle of some male homosexuals has triggered an epidemic.
The Bible condemns homosexuality as a sin.
Why did they put the word homosexual into the Bible? What were they thinking?
The church is doubling down on this issue because they've so politicized it.
We're going to do the work to make this thing right.
This shows that there was a mistake, and it's an honest mistake, and we have an opportunity to change it.
I believe love will win. I believe that we will be living in a time where we won't even have to talk about this, right? It won't even be a matter of an issue, but those who have the power to do something about it right now ought to.
Please help us finish this movie so we can spread the truth and create this powerful tool for love and justice. It will save lives.
And I said a lot of theologists have said this. And she said, what was their faith? What was their faith? And I'm like, well, probably nothing. They're theologists. Why the fuck would they have one? But, I haven't really talked to her much. And I kind of said, if everything's going to be you're right and I'm wrong, there's nothing here for me. And if everything's going to be a religious push, I'm not going to be around it. I'm not going to do it because I've already had to have discussions with my daughter when she's trying to instill things in her already, and I'm not going to indoctrinate my kids into anything. So it's like, if they find that shit later, whatever. So I get mail today, and it's literally this little Bible that my grandma gave me when I was a kid, right?
Love your mother. I love her.
It's got my grandma's handwriting in it and everything. And she sent it to me along with a letter that says, not pushing anything on you, just found this and thought you might like to have it.
That little book might change your life. Okay.
Now that is something that would make sense if I didn't already have this motherfucker that my grandma gave me.
Oh, wow.
Which is much better.
That's a real
much better. And also equally as invaluable to me, because even though I loved my grandma, I think she may have been wrong about her philosophy on life. That's nothing wrong with that. We have a shared difference. But she makes it impossible. I just wanted to run that by you. Would that be a weird thing to get from somebody? The thing is, I explained to her that she doesn't respect my opinion as an adult human man. And
the day I came to pick you up and you came out to my car and your mom yells out the door, "Get a coat on, you retard." I knew then that this is a loving mother.
And, she said to me, I'm the same person that I was when you were a kid. I'm like, okay. I mean, fuck, man. You were fine when I was a kid. When you was a little kid and I had no agency of my own. When I started having thoughts of my own and asking questions, that's when she had problems. And it was like really weird. Because I don't know. Fuck it, man.
If I can interject. So on my end, my mom went back to church after years of being out of church after my dad died. Mm-hmm. And she's really back into it. She's doing church group stuff, and every Sunday she's helping with all kinds of things. And so she and I sometimes don't see eye to eye on things, but the thing that's cool about it is, on our end, like, we'll disagree on something and she'll be like, well, that's just what I believe. And she stops there.
Does she ever do the thing where she's like, well, maybe someday you'll get your head together? And
no, see, that's the difference. I think now she realizes that I am this. So she doesn't really push up for it anymore. But I think it's great that she got back into it because it's really helped her. I went to therapy. She went to church.
I tried to look at it for a long time as like it's good for her to have it, but I don't think it's good for her to have it because it fucking poisoned her mind. So like her whole also she told me she thought I would kill her when I was a teenager. She thought I was going to kill her.
Well, yeah, you're a little satanic piece of shit.
I'm still a satanic piece of shit. All right, let's get it right. All right. I've never not been one. So
all right.
You're
right about that.
I've always been, I'm very on brand for who I am. You've known me forever.
My parents told me once that you're the only one of my friends they trusted. So
right.
Yeah.
I always loved that your mother always had this thing like I was this terrible influence and I was like, I don't know, taking you to do weird things. And
imagine how she felt when you got hooked on heroin, dude.
Yeah, she's like, oh, I knew it. I knew this all the whole time. But
you're lucky he didn't get it on you.
Yeah, but up till then, like you had done more fucking shit and dumb shit that I would have been like, no way in hell, Frank.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, alcohol will get you in more trouble than anything else. Like that shit's bad. That's the gateway drug. So
oh yeah, killed my father. Terrible. Ruined a lot of great moments that I could have had in childhood and terrorized my fucking mother with fucking alcohol and shit like that. Being an alcoholic and a drunk like that, man, it's fucking terrible, dude.
Yeah.
Randy, you seem like you had this like perfect little life.
Oh, no, I wouldn't say it was perfect, but the worst thing about my growing up experience was that my dad was kind of like a rolling stone, I guess. He never wanted to stay in one place. So I would get comfortable somewhere for about a year, and then next thing I know,
you said you moved a lot
from school. Yeah, I moved 10 times in 12 years of school.
Mark, you're doing a lot of. Let's cut Randy off. Anyways, Mark, you're doing a lot of home renovations and shit you got going on there. I
have over the last 10 years.
Damn, son.
Fixing the house up.
No shit. And that's the house you grew up in as a child, right?
It is. Yeah. When
that's pretty sweet.
When Dad passed away, we moved in to help take care of Mom, and we just fixed it up the way we wanted to. And
yeah, that's pretty awesome. I wish I knew how to do a lot of shit that you do, dude.
Well, he's got skills.
To do a lot of the things I did before I did them. They would have turned out a lot nicer.
That's how you learn, though, dude.
I know.
Did you ever sell that big ass picnic table that you had made?
I wound up giving it to my cousin's kid that has 5 or 6 kids or something. So it's getting used. So I'm happy.
That was the coolest thing I'd ever seen. Really, it was like the heaviest damn picnic table you could imagine.
It was like 300 pounds.
But you could lift it up like nothing because he had hydraulics on it, so it would just lift up and you can move it around to mow. And
I'd hook it up to the lawnmower.
What was it? Just a huge ass regular picnic table or an octagon looking picnic?
It was sort of like a normal picnic table, but it was from seat to seat. It was 10 feet wide and it was like 14 feet long. You could sit like 18 kids at it.
Yeah, it was huge.
That's awesome. Let's talk about live sound now, because you do a lot of live sound and shit. And I know the first time I heard Mississippi Bones, which I just finished 3 songs EP by Mississippi Bones with the new members, Brandon and that Deb, the new girl singer.
Now, did you do drum triggers with Brandon, or did he do?
Yeah,
programming?
Brandon already has. I use Steven Slate. I use mostly Steven Slate drums on drum stuff I do on my recordings, and he actually has. He uses Steven Slate on his. He has an drum kit, like an electronic drum kit.
Those are ones I use.
Yeah, Randy. I don't think you drum, Randy.
All the time. What?
So he's got a kind of a whole setup at his house and shit. So yeah, when he plays, it comes out in MIDI notes, and then I take those MIDI notes and add my own drum sounds to it. But he's playing it live, so it's really cool. It's got a cool feel to it. But yeah, it sounds good.
What was the last live event you did, Mark?
would have been New Year's Eve.
What was that? What was that show?
It was some country guy, Trey Lewis, over in Plain City.
Oh, Plain City.
So what? Here's a good question. So what do you do when the music is just like you're just like, oh, and some of these shows is like, I mean, you're there for fucking 4 to 6 hours. I mean,
Well,
it's
like,
no.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, man, is I DJ'd a lot too. So I've
Yeah.
gotten used to listening to music I don't want to listen to.
Yeah, I hear that.
The last 4 years I've worked at the churches.
Hmm.
You know, I run sound at churches. I listen to a lot
that's
of
rough.
music I don't want, but it you learn to just at a certain level you have to appreciate musicianship
Yeah.
and just go with it. I mean, I've ran sound for you know, bluegrass. I've ran sound for Irish, you know, acoustic. Matthew Keeler,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
that's as weird
That's some weird
Irish
shit.
right, all the way down to just cutthroat, hardcore metal, you know, and everything in between. So at a certain point, man, it's just I like to make money. So, so whether I like
Yeah,
it
for
or
sure.
not,
Yeah, especially if
you
you're getting
know,
paid for it.
yeah, I'm not doing it for free.
Hell
So
no. I know what stood out for me when I first heard you do live sound is when I heard you do Mississippi Bones when we finally ran into each other. And your vocals, like most of the time when I go to live sounds, local wise or whatever, even some fucking bigger clubs, the fucking vocals are piercing. Like they hurt my ears. And I notice on your mixes and shit when you do vocals, they don't pierce my ears. They're very pleasing to the ear, even live, which isn't easy. And I'm sure it's the equipment you're doing, the tweeter kind of shit going on and all. I don't know all that business, but I noticed that when I first, and that's why I loved because they're kind of vocal heavy, Mississippi Bones, and
oh yeah,
nobody ever gets vocals right. And I notice when you do your shit, you get vocals right. So.
well, not every guy that owns a PA system is a sound man. You know, just and it's evident. I've been to shows where, and you have too. We've all been to shows where there's literally $500,000 worth of PA system set up, and it sounds like shit in a can.
Yeah.
And then you know we've seen these shows on a patio where it was like, man, that was fucking awesome. You know. So
yeah. I think it has a lot to do with, you know, keeping that vocal level correct has a lot to do with whether or not you got guitar players turning their shit up or like, that's the complaints I always loved hearing from Mark is like some bass players turning their shit up or some fucking
that one band.
The Rummage is who it was, I believe. The Rummage.
Yeah, the Rummage.
What happened?
The bass player kept turning his shit up.
Yeah.
And what happened exactly, Mark? I can't remember. It was like
the bass player he had one of those big, huge, like the big Ampeg cabinet with the 8 speakers in it,
8x10,
and he always would just rock that motherfucker. He would be so fucking loud you couldn't hear nothing. So the last time I ran sound for him, I turned the vocals all the way off, and I turned the guitar all the way off. And when people come up and say we can't hear the vocals, I said that's because the bass player doesn't want you to.
I've seen that shit though. When we were doing the Gromy show, a band came on. I can't remember their name, but they're not existent anymore. But the bass player had a full stack cabinet in the fucking record store next to a dude who has like a little half stack or something. And this thing was like one of those really nice, like professional, big, it had to be expensive as fuck. And just blowing everything out. I couldn't, when I got my recording back home and listened to it and everything, it was bullshit. I couldn't hear anything because it was just all that bass. Just
a certain band back in the day would have parents buy them a bunch of gear and do that full fucking stack, and like, what are you doing, dude? Come on.
My son's gonna be a rock star.
I love those. I love those bands. When the mom is like
buys all the
representative.
tickets for the
Yeah.
Alrosa.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my son's band on a bunch of big tours and just buy the tickets at Alrosa.
Yeah. Who's the manager? Oh, my mommy. Mommy
Yeah,
is.
my mommy.
It's like that band, what the fuck's it called? Oh god. I recently found out about this band that was in the 60s that was essentially this man, the Shags, that's what they're called. This man had 3 daughters, and his wife was like a fortune teller or some shit, and she told him that a couple of prophecies would happen. One of them was that some cousin would die or something, and the other would be that he would have 3 daughters that would become great superstar musicians. So he pushed them. He dropped them out of school because the first one happened. The cousin died or whatever. Well, the second one, he had to happen now because the first one did. So he took his daughters, fucking took them out of school, made them practice all the time, writing songs. They had no knowledge of music. They wrote their original music, and then he took them to a studio where the producer that he was paying said, "These girls are just not. They don't know what song structure is or anything." And yeah, it's just crazy. They recorded an album, 12 songs. Look it up. It's terrible. In fact, Frank Zappa and Kurt Cobain cited them as influences. I don't know if it was a joke, but when you hear the music, it is.
You want to see my Frank? You want to see my shocked look?
Oh. What the fuck? You got a remote control on your camera.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to make noise for the camera to cut over to you. I didn't even see what you're doing.
I don't know. Oh yeah, shit. I forgot. You don't see all 4 people on your computer?
I can either record in gallery mode, or I've got it in gallery mode. I can see everybody now, or speaker mode, and that's where we're at.
Sorry.
Anyways, guys, I had a question because I have a problem.
A lot of questions today.
Oh yeah. I have a fridge that doesn't work. We're getting a new fridge. What the fuck do you do with fridges? Like what? Like, do you pay somebody? Can somebody come take it from me? Because I don't want to load it up and deal with all that shit. Who do I call? No idea.
Someone who wants meth
Junkyard?
money for the day.
Just drag it out to your front lawn and put fruit
Drag
on
it out. When's the last time you
somebody
dragged a fridge, dude? It sucks. I want to know where I need to take it.
Sometimes you'll see on classifieds where people will come get fucking junk. They'll come take that and go to fucking Whitaker's and make money.
If you can get somebody to just take it, you're better off too, because if you take it to the dump just to throw it away, you have to get the gas out of it, have it certified that the gas is out of it. If somebody just wants to haul that away, let them just fucking take it.
Like for scrap or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a nightmare.
Who cares what they use it for? Let them go blow it up in their fucking backyard as long as it's
Just
not.
put it on Facebook, man. Say, hey, I've got this fridge. Whoever wants it in the area.
Well, I mean, evidently people are looking for fridges because I took a picture of it. There's a fridge outside my work right now that's outside this building. Somebody just taped it up and set it outside. It's been out there for days. But this guy,
Someone took it?
No, but there's a guy that I got in my truck one day and there was a note on my seat that someone had slipped in through the window. And I opened it up and it says it's some guy that works at Wendy's. And he's like, is this fridge good?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Have this?
Like, first of all, to assume that just because my truck's parked there, that it's my fridge. Why would do I take a fridge to a place and park next to it and just kind of also, it's been outside for days. Is it good? Probably not.
The parking lot said, that's the guy. That's the guy.
But I got that note and I discarded it, right? I was like, well, I'm not going to call this guy.
Right the fuck out.
I'm not going to call this guy and tell him it's not my fridge, or text him and tell him it's not my fridge.
Yeah.
But then the next day at work, I'm pulling and I got a few minutes before I can clock in and shit. So I'm sitting there smoking a cigarette. This dude walks up to me and goes, hey man, is that fridge good? And I'm like, I don't know, dude. I don't know about this fridge.
What
and
the fuck?
Yeah, I'm like, it's probably this guy's that owns this building here.
I wonder why they think you're the owner of the fridge.
Because I park next to it. I don't know.
Keeper.
I don't know how science works and stuff. So
let's see if you want to Mark, I know I wanted to talk about it, and if you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. But I know, well, you posted about it, but the King of Clubs, you said you weren't satisfied with that place. And I don't know, you must have been there or whatever. I'm looking to go there. Or Life of Agony's got like this 30-year thing going on there, and they're doing River Runs Red. They're doing that in its entirety. And I fucking love that album. And me and Jared's going to that, but that's the first time I'll be going to check the place out. And from the online, it seems like they're doing pretty well. I do know I know the owner from previous life.
You talking Ace of Cups or King of, what is it?
The King of Clubs.
Ace,
right? That's
isn't it Ace of
it.
Cups?
No, you stupid son of a gun.
Jesus Christ.
The Ace of Cups is another place, but this is the King of Clubs. It's opened by Cue Ball, or I don't know his real fucking Rick Wolf.
The guy
whatever.
from.
Yeah, the good guy from back in the day.
One.
Yeah,
Okay.
X Factor 1, Super Freak. We're going way back. Super Freak.
The King of Clubs, you're right, yeah.
Yeah, you stupid son, but don't.
He didn't
don't
believe
ever
he
question me.
Googled it. But
Yeah, Google it. Google
Why
this.
would there be two Ace of Cups, King of Clubs? Fuck of off. Get real.
The fuck of
The
all.
Ace of Base.
I got something for you to Google right here, you son of a bitch. Anyways, don't believe everything I say, honey.
Mm-hmm.
What were we talking about? Yeah, the King of Clubs. So Cue Ball, yeah, back in the day. I mean, he was a cool dude, but at the same time, he was a high roller. It always seemed like, he was into real estate and shit like that. I never really had a bad experience with him. I know he's.
What was his other band? Wasn't he in a different band?
Super Freak, X Factor 1.
That's the one. Super Freak's the one that he was promoting nonstop, pushing it on people.
Yeah, he was a promoter, dude. He was a go-getter. I mean, I can't take that away from the dude. He was always a hard worker, but outspoken and always, the Alrosa had a forum back in the day, and there was a lot of heat thrown around in there and shit, around the community of Columbus and shit. But I don't know. Did you have a bad experience there, Mark?
I did, yeah, but there's a lot of people that had a good experience there too. So
it's all how you do it. But.
Were you at a show or working there?
I was not working there. I went to a show and it was just a shit show. The sound was fucking horrible.
Oh, I see.
The fucking floor was so sticky that when I went to get up from my seat, my foot stuck to the floor and it like threw my hip out. my shit hurt like a bitch for like 3 days. Fucking, but
I did see where they were.
And then he was being scandalous, basically stealing from his customers.
Really?
Like you go in and you sit down and they hand you these fucking menus and
you
can order a big pizza or a small pizza. Well, they're like, oh, we don't have any big pizzas, just a small one. So took my wife and instead of being able to order one pizza for $15, now we got to order two for 25.
Oh,
and then
dirty.
Right. Well, it wouldn't have pissed me off, except by the end of the night, you see people walking around with big pizzas.
Wow.
So, it is what it is. But Cue Ball, man, he's an asshole. He really is. He's scandalous. He's always treated people in bands like shit.
Yeah, we never worked with him that much to do. Yeah, but I've heard. So
all I remember is him like overly posting about Super Freak, like in some group or something. I was like, I think I might have hit him or blocked him or something just so I didn't see it anymore.
The only thing I find kind of cringy, crin, is that what they say? The kids say, Randy? How do they say cringe? Or they just say cringe?
No, they say that slaps and bruh. That's what they say.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't go with this, bruh. They is like the club owner, I don't know, kind of pushing the band at the club. I don't know. That would bother me. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was the owner, I wouldn't. I don't know. I'd be stupid, but I'd be too afraid to be like people would think like, he's trying to promote his fucking band in his club. He's putting his band on the bills of stuff like that. But whatever. Do what you want, man. I'm looking to go see Sick of Agony. Sick of It All is going to be there though.
Yeah.
Life of Agony, but
they've had a lot of good shows there from what I've seen.
Yeah, I'm going to go see.
Dude, they've got Static X is coming in there.
Yeah,
but that's the weird show because that's Dope, Static X, and Fear Factory, and I think the same dude sings for all three of those bands right now.
And then Burton isn't even.
Yeah, Burton C. Bell isn't singing for Fear Factory anymore.
That's that ain't. I can't watch that though.
And I don't think they have the same drummer. I think it's just Dino and two other dudes or something. I don't know. I don't know, but I think Edsel Dope sings for Static X now.
Right. He has.
And I think he's singing for Fear Factory now too, which I don't know how he's doing that because he's not that good of a singer.
Did you hear that Terrible Lie song? So that's the dude from Dope singing, correct? Doing his voice.
They just released something. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up and see what
I told you what the fuck it was. It's Terrible Lie. They did a cover of.
I thought they had a whole album, son.
Why can't you believe anything I say tonight?
I'm not disregarding that. I'm saying that I thought they had a whole album.
Think about it. Really, think about what I'm trying to tell you. I'm telling you what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you what's right.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to throw some. I want you to throw some of that stuff away over
here's
there.
One. Here's let's hear an original from them first. This is Static X Terminator Oscillator from 1 year ago.
Is this with the Dope guy?
Yeah, he's got the mask on.
Yeah.
Yeah, the voice sounds cheap.
I never really liked Dope, so.
No, I left. I couldn't even get to Stained. Like cheap Marilyn Manson.
The video's directed by Matt Zane. Remember him?
No.
He was in Society 1. He was a porn star, I believe.
You can work out to this, can't you, Randy?
Yeah, I like it.
Show me a little bit. Show me your bicep a little bit. Pull that arm up. Pull that arm up.
Oh no, it's not too bad.
It's not too bad.
I mean, it's not a bad song.
I
don't know. I like Static X. I still like Static X, but I don't think that Wayne Static was some prolific singer that can't be replaced. I bet Randy could replace him. I mean, honestly,
for sure. All right, let's go with the karaoke for Push It. Go, Randy.
Push it good.
Wrong song. You
Push it
idiot.
real good.
Oh, you push it. Oh, you push it. See, I could be in the van. Yeah.
I think you could.
Thank you. This is the Terrible Lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought his voice kind of sounded. That's pretty sick right there.
Sounds like Orgy, dude.
Yeah, that or Spine Shank.
Oh yeah, a little Spine Shank. I just pulled them out not too long ago.
Me too.
Don't that sound like a cheap, mimic?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be. Come on, dude. But it's all right. Stop it, Randy.
It's something I would listen to. You're right. While I was working out, I don't think
they've ever done something like that before, where someone's literally trying to
be this other guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they've ever done something like that.
Take it.
I guess maybe the Journey guy. I guess he does. Or the dude who plays Steve Perry or whatever. Randy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Journey.
yeah.
From Open Arms, Journey.
But he's taken on the whole aesthetic of him and stuff, and it's real weird.
Yeah.
But
I kind of like the dead face, kind of.
Well,
rooster looking hair.
Well, the other one would be Queen, right? That does that.
Yeah, you're right. There is quite a few.
Pretends to be Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
that dude.
The singer from Dope has always been in other bands
Mm-hmm.
that he's taken on tour with himself with his other bands.
Yeah,
I remember
Yeah.
back at the Blue Cat, man. I seen it was who the hell, what, Mushroom Head and Dope, and then another band that the singer from Dope was in, except he was the drummer in that band, and he was actually a pretty good fucking drummer. Right? He should have just drummed, but the singer from Dope. I mean, I don't know. I think Static X should have just. I like Static X, but I'm not a real fan of. I liked when they did it early on and was using the hologram and was going out there performing with no singer and just using the hologram and using the vocal tracks. That was bad as shit. They should have just kept doing that.
Yeah, or they could have just did a different band. I mean, fuck,
Right.
they had some good songs, but they could write other songs. They could do a whole other thing, like I don't know. They know they have connections by working in that band. They could have got anybody in there and did a whole different thing. In fact, the one dude has been in several other things, hasn't he? Like, in fact, he might even be in the new Fear Factory, right? That
Who?
one dude from Static X.
What are you talking about, girl?
I think the bearded guy from Static X,
the bass player.
Yeah, Tony.
I think he's playing for Fear Factory.
Now, see, last year,
probably.
Last year, the bass player was doing like a small project with Mark Rizzo, and they were who the hell else they had the drummer from Fear Factory is what that was for sure. It was a drummer from Fear Factory, the bass player, and then Mark Rizzo was doing like a 3-piece. They did, I don't know, 10 or 15 small shows.
I'm looking forward to Life of Agony and seeing Mina. Mina.
You got a real passion for that.
What are you talking about?
That gender.
What do you mean? I don't understand.
You're talking about Life of Agony singer? So
yeah.
Okay.
What's wrong with her?
I'm just nothing's wrong with her. I'm just saying that.
What's wrong with her?
Yeah, you have a taste in ladies.
What do you think? Something's wrong with her? Hey,
there he is. So let's see what else that I have here. I'm sure I had something else. I know I did. Oh, did you see that guy?
You're asking questions about my sound company earlier.
Oh yeah,
I did actually last year, man.
Yeah, let's get some.
Over the last couple of years, I've actually had a couple pretty good years, and I've actually upgraded all my equipment. I've got all better monitors, much better.
I see you're all digital and everything now, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Dude.
Yep.
It's cool. That's important to flow with the times. I got to do it too as recording. I mean, I've been doing it for like 15 years here and there, and man, it moves so quick and changes so fast, and you don't want to be stuck using that fucking. There's nothing wrong with the old shit, but
I've still got a bunch of it that you can't sell.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah.
It's like, damn it. But yeah, over the last couple of years, man, I've upgraded my top sound. These cabinets I'm using now, man, it's like ringing a bell. They're just crystal clear.
You said you blew the dust off the Eagles, didn't you? Or something.
Holy shit.
Yeah. You really opened them up in there, and
yeah, when I set up there for my mom's remembrance party, I had, it was, I don't know, it was 12 subs and 6 tops.
Damn.
And I pushed it until the breakers popped, and it was pretty fucking impressive.
Yeah.
Were the folks in the bar like, what in the fuck is going on over here?
It was Friday night. They didn't give a shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry to hear about your mom, man. That's man.
Yeah, man.
That sucks. That's hard stuff. There's nobody like I think I discussed it with you, man. I love my mom so fucking much, and that fucking day, man. One of the worst days I can ever think of is, man, I can't even think of it. It bothers me.
Oh,
so
yeah,
bad.
it takes a lot out of you. That's for sure.
Like, man, I just can't imagine losing someone like that, dude.
Well, the sad reality of it is we're all past middle aged. We don't like to think we are, but we are. Most of us only
Oh,
live to
yeah.
70. So 35 is right that middle point,
Yeah, for sure.
which means if we're at that middle point, nobody gets younger, nobody gets healthier, nobody gets fucking nobody. No one lives forever.
Yeah.
So it sucks. It is what it is. All you can do is hope that you can be there for them.
Well, I will. So I'm sorry for all you guys, but listen, I'm getting younger, so fuck y'all. See y'all. No. I hear it, man. It's like some of these actors and shit. Most, or not necessarily, just people in the public or that you see or whatever. The way they, how old they look now, it like fucks with me. I see it more when I don't know. I can't even think of another star, but I seen one the other day. I was just like, oh my God,
Dude,
was it 50 Cent?
Anybody really.
I saw David Spade on an interview recently, and he was young when I was, he was in his 20s when I was coming up, and he looks like shit.
Oh,
what about Bob Odenkirk, dude? Holy shit! I remember watching Mr. Show in the 90s and being like, "These are my dudes," and then now he's so old.
I think it was the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I just seen a picture, and they were just like a bunch of old men. And I'm like, damn, these guys are
here's
still
one
rocking.
Nirvana when they got that award. Did you see Chris Novoselic or whatever you say his name?
What
Nirvana just it was
Grammys?
Just recently they got an award.
The Grammys?
I don't know if it was. Maybe it was. I don't pay attention to award shows.
No way.
But yeah, I guess it was Lifetime Achievement Award. But I'm going to show you this picture, and
I haven't seen him in a long time.
It looks like
big tall dude.
Yeah,
he's
he
like
looks
6'10".
He looks like a former cop who just retired, and this is his retirement party. Yeah. Pull it up there.
Give it to me, Frank. What are we running?
Got to optimize for
dial-up
video. No, I just got to click the options, man.
Fucking dial up, dude.
When's the last time? When's the last time
you get your
shared something?
internet upgraded?
At least I'm sharing.
My God.
Look at him right there. You see that?
No, not yet.
Oh, here it comes.
Still loading. You fucking dial up.
It's loading. It's not me. It's you.
Please use it. You got to use a dial up sound over this, please.
Okay. Is it not working? What is going on?
Yeah, it's just sitting there.
No, there we go.
Oh, well, now I stopped
Holy
it.
shit. It looks like Dr. Phil.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Dr. Phil.
Is that Perry Farrell next to him?
No, that's the guy that this
What's
is
up
Dave
with
Grohl.
Kurt over there? He looks like fucking Igor.
This guy here is in Foo Fighters. He was evidently part of Nirvana, but I don't
he was
remember.
He's in that famous punk band. What is it? Fuck.
Yeah, he was the tambourine player, right?
No. He's a guitar player for like the
Germs or something like that.
Yeah,
or Bad Brains or some shit.
Something like that. Legendary band for all those guys thought it was a legendary band. He was a guitar player, but yeah, he was actually the other guitar player for Nirvana. He was actually in the band, but not.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but the last thing I had here was, did you see that fucking dude that climbed that fucking skyscraper the other day?
Walked up like this.
Doing like that.
Yeah.
That fucking blew me away, man.
Besides being stupid, but man, that's a lot of fucking body strength, upper body to. I mean, he didn't have any fucking cords or nothing, so your legs or arms go down.
Annoying because it was for some cause, right? Like, and whenever they do awareness like that, we're all aware of shit, dumb fuck. Don't fucking tell me that you doing that was for any other reason than you to get that attention, because no one's going to be talking about abortion or whatever the fuck it was. They're going to be talking about how you almost died. They don't care what you were raising awareness about.
Now, I know you'll be watching the Super Bowl and you'll be tied to the TV. I'm talking to
I've got a lot of bets.
You got a lot of bets on the game?
Now that it's legal to bet in Ohio, I took my whole paycheck, put it right down on Cincinnati. Now they're playing, right?
Cincinnati, yeah. Put it all on Cincinnati.
All on Cincinnati.
Every dime.
I put my house on.
Go to the bank right now.
You wouldn't think that the sports betting websites will take a deed, but they will. If you push, if you email
Yes.
enough.
Put your whole house on that Cincinnati Bengals, dude. I think you're.
Oh, it's
'cause
going down. What's his name?
Joe Burrows is really he's
That's the guy.
top of the line now.
He's the
Now,
running back.
Listen, I got a bet on that the fucking Eagles center's wife will have a mixed race baby.
What?
What the fuck, man?
What do you mean? That's what I think.
I don't even get the joke. What's going on?
What do you mean? The Eagles center is the wife is like 9 months and something pregnant. She's bringing her OBGYN to the stadium with her.
Oh yeah.
In case she goes into labor.
Wow.
So I'm saying it's
That sounds expensive.
Yeah, isn't it stupid? You can bet on such weird shit. Like they're doing this halftime game kick. That,
with that annoying asshole. What's his name?
He's not Gronk is his name. But he's not even a fucking kicker. And I mean, it's just funny. They're like, it's literally like 50-50. It's a true bet because he might suck, he might not. Who knows? So it's just funny to me.
I bet him making that kick is, I don't know.
So who's gonna win, Randy? Give it to me.
Dolphins.
Give me the rundown too. Now sound like you got some sense to you.
Okay.
Because I know you watched this.
Yeah. So I'd say Patrick Mahomes and
which is the MVP of the year, correct?
Yeah, they probably have the better odds, but I'd like to see the Philadelphia Eagles win strictly because fuck Patrick Mahomes. He's put us out. He put the Cincinnati Bengals out of contention for the Super Bowl. So I'd like to see Philadelphia.
Now why you got to be like that? Why can't you be proud of the young
fucking loser? That's why.
That's at least he says it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad.
But if I had to bet, if somebody was like, you got to bet who you're going to pick, I'd go with Kansas City.
Who's doing the halftime? That's what I want to know. That's the real news.
Rihanna.
Oh, Rihanna is going to lip sync.
Christ. Who picks these the NFL? I'm going to say the base of the NFL does not like Rihanna. Am I right?
I'm just going to watch her dance around. I find that to be appealing.
Yeah, I mean, she's got a sweet big old ass.
High five.
High five.
My wife just said she's going to watch because she knows she's going to be half naked.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm going to watch that. But I don't know. It sounds to me, it seems like they're more rock fucking based, football.
You would think.
You would think so, yeah. I don't know though. The biggest one ever was Michael Jackson.
Well,
So,
that's
it had the highest viewership of all time.
That's the king of the fucking pop. You understand that?
Yeah, I do.
The real, you know what he did to you, don't you?
I remember.
You remember?
They said, "Stay the night. You'll have fun."
Yeah, I know. He touched your little peepee, didn't he? Go ahead, play it over. You went to his house. You stayed all night. He said, "Hee Randy,
get on the bed. We're just gonna
come
watch."
on over." He took your little white ass. And he grabbed that little white ass and you set your glasses down. No, he would never do that. Stop it. All right, let's wrap this up. Mark, you're the best, dude. You're the best. Turn that down, you stupid son of a
Oh, I'm
bitch.
sorry. Bruce is in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
He's having
Jesus.
flashbacks.
Yeah. No, thanks, Mark. Appreciate it. I haven't talked to you since that night. That night definitely led to it didn't go to waste, is what I'm saying. I turned it around, buddy.
Well, Josh, I'm glad we were able to actually have another conversation.
Yes.
Glad you're still around. Glad you got your your shit together. Glad you made it through it.
Thanks,
there's a lot of people not that fortunate.
I understand. Yeah. Just the group that I went to rehabbing with, you kind of stay in track. We added each other on Facebook. There's so many that's died. It's wild. I would say at least 6 or 7.
Damn.
It's wild.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's no joke, man. But we made it. We doing it. We got it, Randy. We're
got
back.
it.
Friendship. All right. Love you guys. You're awesome.
Well, have a good night, everybody.
Yep. Hey, this is Friday. This probably won't come out, but Last of Us tonight, Randy.
I know. I'm grabbing it as soon as I get done.
Last of Us. And I know you watch it, Frank.
Oh yeah, I'll be grabbing it too. Oh
Just-
yeah, you know how I'll be grabbing.
You're gonna watch it.
One more thing.
I don't have HBO right now, and I didn't.
It doesn't
play the,
matter.
I played
You're
the
gonna
games,
watch
but
it.
this
How
would
about you
give me-
just watch it?
Listen to me.
Oh,
The game
fuck.
story is great. Is the show like the game story, or
Yes,
is
it
it a
is.
different thing?
It's got a little bit of different stuff in it, but
Yeah.
it's got the same ideas.
The creatures look the same, like cool and shit.
Oh, they look amazing, dude.
Or is it one of
Listen.
those things where you're 3 episodes in, and you haven't seen anything yet?
No, you see shit
Oh.
from the get go.
Listen, you're gonna
Yeah.
watch it. You're gonna watch a Super Bowl. That's it. That's what's gonna
I
happen.
will not watch the Super Bowl. I'll try to
Martha.
watch a series that I don't really want to watch.
Did you finish Euphoria?
No, I'll tell you what,
He's too busy watching Perfect Strangers.
no, I've been watching I've been watching a lot of wrestling lately.
Oh fuck yeah! Let's watch those match. Let's watch Macho Man Randy fucking Savage fight.
Hey, you
Ricky
know-
the Steamboat one more fucking time.
No,
How
no,
many
no, no,
fucking
I'm
times can you
watching
watch
new
that?
shit, brother. I'm catching up on the new stuff.
Macho Man wins every time. It's the same fucking match, dude.
Yeah, and
Fuck
fucking
on.
Iron Man always wins too, but you assholes go and watch those CGI messes.
Oh,
I'll watch
come on.
I'll watch wrestling.
Iron Man lost. Frankie died. Good job. Thanks for bringing
Good.
it
I
up.
hope he never comes back, but I bet he does. There's no stakes in comic book movies. All right.
Before you go to bed tonight, catch up with Last of Us. That's it. All right.
All right, bye,
All right.
guys.
See you guys later, man. Bye, dude.